Hi guys, this is another session in the series of Stay at Home, Be a Hero. We will try to help you go through this coronavirus lockdown so that you can break the chain and make sure that we all come out safe during this period of time. If you like this video, please do share it with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. Please do subscribe to this channel. You can leave your comments, feedback regarding this video and any other video on our channel, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. If you would like, please do subscribe to our courses as well. The link is available in the description. Let's get on with it. Hi, this is a question which is basically on arrangements and sequencing. It's a reasonably lengthy question. I would suggest if you have not tried this, please pause this video, look at the PDF. The link will be available in the description of this video. Try to solve this question on your own and then proceed with the rest of the session. So this is a question which is a combination of both sequencing as well as quants, right? There are some numbers involved and you have to sequence people as well. Let's see what the question says. 10 students with roll numbers 1 to 10. So roll number 1, 2, 3 till 10, represented by R01 to R10. Okay. Answer 20 questions, question 1 to question 20 in a quiz. Okay. Each of these 20 questions answered exactly one of the 10. It's answered by exactly one of the 10 students only. So question number 1 is answered by only one question, one student. Question number 4 is answered by only one student. Question number 5 is answered by one student. Question number 20 is answered by only one student, right? That is what is given to us. The following table describes the number of questions answered by each of the 10 students. Okay, so what this says is that roll number 1 answered 3 questions, roll number 2 answered 1 questions, roll number 3 answered 3, 4 answered 2, 5 answered 2, but we don't know which one is which, and information about that is given here. If you quickly verify if there is any question which is unattempted, so there are 3 students who attempt 3 questions each, so that will be 9 questions. There are 4 students who attempt 2 questions, so that will be 4 into 2, 8. And there are 3 students who answer 1 question, so 3 into 1, 3. So that is total of 20. 17 plus 3, 20. Right? So we know each of the question is answered by one of the students and exactly one of the students. Okay, and we have some information about who exactly is answering what. If you look at the questions, it says what is the difference between the roll numbers, who among the following did not answer 2 consecutive questions, who answered question number 7, what is the difference between roll number. So you basically have to figure out which question is answered by which student. So we'll have to basically create a table of roll numbers 1 to 20 and figure out who answered which question. All right, let's slowly try to fill this out. Okay. The first statement says 5th and 6th questions were answered by the same student. Okay, 5th and 6th is the same student. Okay, 2nd and 9th were answered by the same student. 2nd and 9th were answered by the same student. Okay, 2nd and 9th were answered by the same student. 10th, 11th, 13th were answered by the same student. 10th, 11th and 13th, they were answered by the same student. Okay, 15, 16, 20 were answered by the same student. 15, 16 and 20 were answered by the same student. Okay, so now look at this. You have these 3 questions are answered by the same student. So it must be one of the students who answered 3 questions. It can be R1, R3 or R6. This will be R1, R3 or R6. Similarly, this will also be R1, R3 or R6. So 2 out of the 3 people who answered 3 questions, we know where they are. Now, the problem is with the people who are answering 2 questions. Now, one of them has answered, one of them is not present here. He could have actually be one of the students who answered these also. Right? It's not necessarily that I have all the information about the people who answered 3 questions. Right? I have only partial information. So I know 2 of them are here. The third one might be here or he might be somewhere else completely altogether. Okay, so first is taken care of. Let's look at the second one. On exactly one occasion, 3 consecutive questions were answered by 2, 8 and 3 in that order. 2, 8 and 3 in that order. Now 2 has answered only one question. 8 has answered only one question, but 3 has answered more than one question. So you will have 2, then 8, and then you'll have 3. This will come in a sequence. You'll have to fit in somewhere here. Statement 3. Roll number 1 answered questions 1 and 12, but not question number 3. Okay. Roll number 1 answered question number 1. Okay. 12. But not question number 3. So this is not roll number 1. Okay. Now, this gives you a very nice hint, right? If you combine it with the first statement, now you know roll number 1 cannot be one of these two students. Why? Because you have already gotten 2 attempts from roll number 1. Roll number 1 has overall 3 attempts. So you already know the 2 attempts of roll number 1, right? And you also know that 2 and 9 is answered by the same student. So it cannot be roll number 1. Roll number 1 also cannot attempt 5 or 6. Why? Because then he'll be attempting a total of 4 questions, right? That is not possible because nobody attempts 4 questions, right? We also know that roll number 1 cannot be the one who attempts 10, 11 and 13 because he already has 2 attempts, right? Similarly, cannot attempt 15, 16, 20 also. So we know 10, 11, 13 and 15, 16, 20 are R3 and R6. They are R3 and R6. Okay, so that's a nice start. Okay, proceeding further. Roll number 7 neither answered question number 3 nor question number 8. Roll number 7 did not answer 3, did not attempt 8. Okay, so that is taken care of. Fifth one says the roll number of the student who answered question number 9, okay, is 8 more than the number of students who attempted question number 18. Okay. Okay. So if, for example, if this is attempted by roll number 10, then 18 will be attempted by roll number 2. Right? If 9 is attempted by roll number 10, 18 will be attempted by roll number 2. Why? Because the roll number of the question who answered question number 9 is 8 more than the roll number of the student who attempted question number 18. Right? 2 plus 8 is 18. Similarly, if question number 9 is attempted by roll number 9, then 18 will be attempted by 1. Right? It cannot be attempted by 8. Why? Because you don't have a roll number 0. Okay, so this is a reasonable information. We also know that 9 and 2 are answered by the same student. 9 and 2 are answered by the same student. So 2 will also be either roll number 10 or roll number 9. Do they actually have 2 attempts each? Yes, both of them have 2 attempts each. So we cannot restrict as of now. So this is a nice, another nice sequence. Okay. The roll number of the student who answered question number 17 is 1 less than sum of the roll numbers of the student who answered questions 16 and 18. Okay, 16 and 18. Okay, we'll come back to this later. We can work it out, but let's try some other statement. 7th statement says the difference between the question numbers answered by roll number 9 is 10. So if roll number 9, one of the questions that roll number 9 attempts is question number 3, the other question will be question number 13. Difference has to be 10. If one of the questions that he attempts is 5, the other one has to be 15. Okay, now if we combine this with the 5th statement. 5th statement told us question number 9 is attempted by either roll number 10 or roll number 9. We also know the same person attempts question number 2 from the very first statement, right? Now, if it was roll number 9, then roll number 9's second attempt will be question 2, which is not possible. Right? Because it will contradict the last statement. The difference between the question numbers attempted by roll number 9 is 10. Right? So we now know that question number 9 is attempted by roll number 10. Question number 2 is attempted by roll number 10, and question number 18 is attempted by roll number 2. Why? Because the difference has to be 8 as per question, as per statement 5. So this is a very nice breakthrough. Now we have finished 7, we have finished 5. Okay. Now we have this statement, the 2831, statement number 2. On exactly one occasion, 3 consecutive questions were answered by students with roll number 2, 8 and 3. We now know where is 2, 8 and 3. So we know the order. It should be 2, then 8 and 3. So we know question number 20 also. Question number 20 basically also is answered by the same person who answered 15 and 16. So this is roll number 3. This is roll number 3, which means this is roll number 6. This is roll number 6. This is roll number 6. Right. So I have now got substantial information over here. Now let's go back to statement 6 now. Statement 6 says the roll number of the student who answered question number 17 is 1 less than the sum of the roll numbers of the students who answered question number 16 and 18. Now 16 and 18, sum is 5. The person who answered question number 17 is 1 less than 5, which means roll number 4. Okay, that is also done. Now let's pick out all those people whose information is known. 3, I have answered all the questions, all the places. 2, I have fixed. 8, I have fixed. Okay, 6, I have fixed. 10, I have fixed. Okay, 1, I have one more remaining over here. Right, 4, I have 1 out of the 2 remaining. 5, I have both remaining, and 7 and 9, I have both remaining. Okay. Okay, so let's say, okay, 5 and 6 is answered by the same student. 5 and 6 is answered by the same student. Now, who can answer 5 and 6? It can be either roll number 9 or roll number 5. Roll number 9 or roll number 5. So this has to be 9 or 5. This has to be 9 or 5. Okay. Now, but can it be 9? Again, if you go back to the 7th statement, the difference between the questions answered by roll number 9 is 10. 9 cannot answer these consecutive questions. The difference has to be 10, right? So which means roll number 5 and 6 have to be answered by, question numbers 5 and 6 have to be answered by roll number 5. So this is 5, this is 5. Okay, now the only one available for roll number 9 is 14 and 4, because that's the only number available in the second half. From 1 to 10, there are some numbers available, but from 11 to 20, only one space is available, which is space 14. And this has to be used by roll number 9. Otherwise, the last statement, which is the difference between the numbers answered by roll number 9 is 10, will not be satisfied. So this will be roll number 9. This will be roll number 9. So I've placed roll number 9. I have placed roll number 5 as well. Okay, now what is left? You have the spot for 7 left, you have a spot for 4 left, and you have a spot for 1 left. Okay, that's 8, 7 and 3. Okay, roll number 7 does not answer question number 3 or question number 8. So roll number 7 will answer question number 7. Okay, roll number 7 will answer question number 7, and 4 will be answered by 1 or 3, but so 3 will be answered by either 1 or 4, but we know that roll number 1 did not answer question number 3, so this has to be answered by roll number 4, and 8 is answered by roll number 1. Okay, so I've fitted every single value. I can now go to the questions and answer them. Question number 1, what is the greatest difference between the roll numbers of students who answered 2 consecutive questions? So the way to answer this is, if you track 2 consecutive questions, you need to figure out the difference and the greatest of these differences. So suppose question number 4 and question number 5 is answered by 7 and 2. The difference will be 5. So we'll have to keep on checking for each of the questions and find the greatest difference. Now luckily 1 and 2 is answered by 1 and 10. So the difference is 9, which is the greatest possible, right? So we can straight away mark this. Okay, question number 2. Who among the following did not answer 2 consecutive questions? Okay, 5. 5 has answered 2 consecutive questions. So out. 6. 6 has answered 2 consecutive questions, 10 and 11. 3. 3 has also answered 2 consecutive questions. Is also out, so it has to be roll number 1. Okay. Question number 3. Who answered question number 7? Question number 7 is answered by roll number 7. And question number 4, what is the difference between the roll numbers of students who answered question number 8 and question number 3? Question number 8 is answered by 1, 3 is answered by 4, the difference is 3. Right? It's a very nice set. Actually, it required some amount of patience to go through each of the statements one by one. In an exam situation, it is going to be somewhere between 10 to 12 minutes to write, to try to solve this. It's a difficult exam question. It is actually based on the petrol pump concentration question, which came in CAT 2018. It's actually a slightly more difficult version of that, because that had only 3 levels, high, medium, low. This has actually like 10 students to be arranged and a graph to work with as well. That completes this particular session on Break the Chain. If you liked it, please do share it with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. Please do subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment on how you felt this video was. If you want, and if you have any suggestions on any other videos which we need to do during this period, please do let us know. If you would like to, do look at our courses. The link is available in the description. Till we meet again the next time, goodbye and stay safe.